Hello, hello, hello! zu-wii-mama is back, and yes, again we have a little tutorial, and today we are doing the Wandering Trader. As you see, a bit of Wandering Trader. What do you think? You might have seen a little sneaky peek of this guy because I have sort of showcased it a little bit in a previous video. And make sure you follow me on Twitch as well, guys, because I will be streaming on Twitch, and I do stream Minecraft on there as well. Not only Minecraft, but various other games, alright? So make sure you do that. Anyway, back to the build. This guy has a lot of different coloured blocks, so bear with me. We will get through this, and you will have a finished pillager. I keep saying pillager because I'll tell you what it is. I've just made the pillager video before the Wandering Trader, so sorry about that. I keep saying that. But yeah, little issue with this guy. I weren't sure what to do because obviously he's got his arms in the normal position that villagers have, which is sort of like, I don't know, across their chest, sort of folded. And I mean, as you guys already know, it's quite difficult to sort of replicate anything with a diagonal on it. So it's always going to look like a staircase. That's how I always see it. Whenever I see some at a diagonal, I always think, oh god, why is there a staircase on there? So unfortunately, building his arms, they do look a little bit blocky, so I do apologise for that. I tried to make it as at least blocky as I could, but unfortunately that's all Minecraft. It's just all blocks, so we're gonna have to live with it. But if you think that the arms might need slightly adjusting, then obviously go ahead, because you might have a better idea of making those arms look a little bit more more of a natural line, let's say, or a, yeah, you know what I mean, okay? So anyway, we're just building his feet and his sandals here at the minute, and you should have something looking like that. Very basic, very simple to start, but this build will get a little bit more complicated because it has got a bit of depth to this build. Oh, pardon me. So we're going to do the first few layers, which are all sort of flat. And this one's obviously right on top of the feet there, and this is part of his legs, so you should have something looking a little bit like that. And I'm just showing you there the amount of blocks that you need, because sometimes it's difficult to see when you've got the same colour of how many blocks you need to use. Hui! Right, so we're building his belt buckle, and we've sort of brought that out by 1. So that's the first part of this. Like I said, it's got a lot of depth to it, okay? So make sure you be very, pay very close attention to where I'm placing the blocks, alright? That's his sort of chest area, and obviously you need to go up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 by the looks of it. I hope I count that out right. Just make sure you guys watch it back, because I might not be able to count properly. Anyway, so you should have something looking a little bit like that. Looks a bit funny so far. And this bit's quite important again, because we are bringing this guy out, okay? So again, with the depth, we're bringing that out 1, so it should be in line with the sort of belt or the buckle part, okay, of the build. I must say though, this, I nearly said pillager again. This Wandering Trader, I actually really like the gold. I think it's gold. I'm not sure, but anyway, the yellow, let's say. Yeah, well, I'm going to say gold. The sort of gold, sort of blue combination that they've got going on. I think it looks, I don't know, I really like that colour palette. It really does look good to me. So I really enjoyed actually building this one. Although I will say, if you want to obviously add a little bit of Shazam to the build, and you think, oh, you need to add a little bit of extra touch and detail, I'll tell you what, why don't you go and build yourself one of the llamas, because obviously the Wandering Trader spawns with 2 different llamas as well. So perhaps once you've built this guy, perhaps you want to build a llama, you know, one of the travelling llamas, if that's what they're called. So yeah, if not, if you are struggling with that and you really want one of those in there, let me know in the comments, because as always, I will do my best to obviously accommodate and obviously build that for you if you do have any troubles, right? So you should have some looking a little bit like that so far, and if you are, well done, congratulations, you are looking good for a very good Wandering Trader here, alright? So here we go, this is going to get a little bit more complicated again. So we're adding a yellow ring around the whole of the God, I forgot what he's called, Wandering Trader. And we're also going to fill that as well with a row of the yellow or the gold. I don't know why I keep saying gold. I think it is gold there. I'm just going to say it's gold. Anyway, the gold all the way around, all right? And that should be overhanging by 1 all the way around, apart from the front, Okay, so you can see it's overhanging there and overhanging there, and you can see I've put like a checkered black and white pattern on the side there. Now I purely did that because I do realise that in my previous videos it's hard to distinguish how many blocks in a certain area, especially if I've coloured the block all in the same colour, and I don't exactly tell you exactly, guys, how much blocks are in what, do I? So apologise for that. So I thought, why don't I do this, put the black and white checkered on this, and you can physically see where blocks are and sort of where to place them as well, because I do realise that obviously sometimes, especially in a build like this, there's a lot of the same colour block and it's hard to see how many of those blocks you need and how many rows of those blocks you need. So I thought, well, if I put this black and white checkered pattern on there, at least then you can see visually where and what you need to do, and especially with the patterning as well. So I'm going to try and obviously keep that in mind in further God, I'm having verbal diarrhea again in future builds, just to make again it more simple for you. Okay, and here we go again, the same with the black and white checkered. So obviously don't copy them into your build, because you're gonna have a a pillager thinking he's a zebra crossing or something. Alright, so yeah, just don't copy them. Alright, do you know what, I've just realised, I've just said it again, I said a pillager is going to look like a zebra crossing, and it isn't, because guess what, it isn't a pillager, it's a bloody wandering trader. Sorry about that, I don't know what's wrong with me, my head is frazzled, I can't distinguish what's what anymore. A pillager, a villager, and I don't know what else, a wandering trader. I'm getting so confused with this. Alright, there's a lot of new added features and builds and blocks and people, and it is getting a little bit confusing from time to time, especially because I don't play Minecraft as much as I used to, so yeah, sometimes I do find it a bit confusing. So I hope I'm not the only one, and I'm hoping you're the same as well. The beauty of this build, as always, is if you make this guy hollow as much as I am, well, I am making it hollow, so yours should be hollow as well. But if you are, then obviously we can then turn this into something cool. So you could even, on the inside, you can have like a mob drop, or I don't know, you can have some sort of spawner in there. You could make it into a house. You could, I don't know, there's so many different things you can actually do. I must say, if you do hear, like, it sounds like there's a Boeing 747 right above my head, it's probably because my PlayStation at the minute just seems to be overheating and making an awful racket, so it's really loud. So I do apologise if there is a bit of background noise there, right? So, but anyway, back to the build, and as you can see, we're going up by 3 here, and we're just sort of doing the top part of his head, and this is going to be covered completely in light blue. So yeah, I'm just sort of showing you the box, and then we'll obviously fit it in from there. And not only that, why don't we talk about what should we build next? Because obviously I had a few different suggestions of what people wanted to see built, and I think I've pretty much done most of the builds that people have asked. Actually, I don't think I've missed anything off. If I have, please let me know, because I do apologise, and I will start building that soon. But yeah, I don't know what to do next. I mean, unless I hear anything else from anyone, I don't know. I've got an idea. There's 2 mobs that I am sort of messing around with at the minute, just to sort of see if I can get the right coloration, and not only that, the right angles, because like I said to you before, getting angles on this on Minecraft is quite tricky. And one of the things that I want to build has a few angles on it, and if we build it like in a square sort of without the angles, I think it's going to look a little bit silly. But anyway, I'm not gonna ruin it too much. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what I'm thinking of and what I'm doing. All right, but it's just an idea. So yeah, let me know, guys, if there is anything that you would like me in particular to build for you. Going back to the build, as you can see, we are looking really, really cool now. We're nearly there. Congratulations. And see that block I've just placed? You want to start your build from there for the face, and it just makes it a lot more simple, because there's a lot of depth in this build, like I said. Alright, so make sure you get that right, otherwise the face ain't going to be sitting in the hood like it should be. And we're going to pop on the nose, here we go, and that should come down and overhang by the one there, looking like that. The nose is always funny. Whenever I put a nose on any of the mobs, obviously particularly the villagers and the, you know, vindicators and stuff, they always look really odd to me. I don't know why. Every time I build the nose, I always think that's weird. It doesn't look right, but it does. It all makes sense. Right, so all I need to do now is this box. Don't do it in white like I'm doing. I'm just doing it like this, so then you can visually see what's going on. Because when we colour it all in blue in a minute, it's going to look like it is quite complicated to build. This is. So yeah, if you do what I'm doing, or if not, just wait till the end. You'll see what I mean. If not, you need to go back and sort of do this step by step, but obviously do it all in the blue. Okay, so it will make sense in a minute. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to show you it visually, because sometimes it gets confusing. Do you know what? When I was actually making this video, I'll tell you a little story. When I was making this video, especially this arm part, I think I had to. I don't know how many takes I did at trying to get this right, because it's every time I kept doing it, I kept mucking it up. I kept doing the wrong amount of blocks. So yeah, right now there you go. As you can see, it should look like that. When you've coloured it, when it's blue, it should look like that. Okay. Once you've done that, we are now going to do a little bit of more gold on here, and we're nearly there. We are inches away from the finish line. Little ring of red. Little ring of rosies, there we go, just like so. And going to do the exact same on the opposite side. And then all we need to do is pop the arms in, pop the hands in, and you're done. That simple. Well, it's not. I do you know what? Actually, I don't. I think this is probably one of the more complex builds I've done so far. Only because of, like I said, the amount of different layers you need to put on this one. So hopefully you have actually, you know, you got there, you've done it. That little bit there is just sort of part of his hand. Let's say he's grasping his hand, and we're gonna do it slightly different on the other side in a minute, as you'll see. Right, so yeah, there we go. It should look off, right? Don't worry, don't put it in the middle. I haven't made a mistake, trust me. Right, there we go. And we're gonna fill this in here with that. There we go. There we go. So it's like he's holding his hands, really. That's what that's meant to symbolise. And if you do look at a villager very closely, that is what it looks like. Okay. Don't blame me. I didn't make the rules. Okay. Minecraft did. I'm just copying the rules. Okay. And here we go. Just under here. Just literally pull that along. Fill that in. I don't know what I'm doing here. Sorry, I recorded this. I do the video and then do the voice recording after, so sometimes I even surprise myself when I'm watching it back, because I don't even have a clue what I'm doing myself. And there we go, it should look a little bit like this, a little bit like that from the top. And if you've done that, congratulations, you have completed the Wandering Trader. Look at that, how awesome. Now all you need to do is go build yourself one of those little llamas. Well, anyway guys, I've been zu-wii-mama, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.